please save my life. I think that's the only prayer I made. Dear Lord, please save my life.
You
God,
just
please
had
save
no
my
strength
life.
to make
God, please save my life. That
a
was
longer
it.
prayer.
That was it. God, please save
my life.
Yeah. Then at exactly 6 a.m., things were so cool. It was fully quiet all over. So I made an attempt
of getting out.
Yeah. I was shrinking, I was panicking, yes. But
well, at this time, where were you? Why were you still?
I am in my hostel.
In your bed?
Floor. I am standing in between these beds.
Oh.
I am standing.
You have not thought of hiding yourself?
No. You know something has already told me, I cannot hide inside here. There's nowhere to hide.
My friend, ningetoka mbio.
So, again, you know, when that guy shot, you know, he wore boots. So I could hear steps. While he moves, then it was still. So I told myself, this guy is somewhere, but I don't know where he is. So after making this prayer, I wore these slippers that were there. I got myself my yellow jersey, you know, me with football. I had jerseys. Okay. So I got myself the yellow jersey.
You thought of getting the long trousers?
Jersey. I had my trouser now, so I buttoned it up. Then I opened my door so quietly, so quietly. Then I moved a few steps, like 3 steps, to my exit. The door was closed, you know, I was the second room, just from the door. So I got outside. So, you know, I realized, just after getting out of the block, you know, this place is sandy. So from that spot, whenever I was making moves, the sand could produce some sound. So that's when somebody could hear me. So when I get out, it is 6. Right? I am outside the block, but within the compound. I am alone.
No one is there.
I am alone. Everybody else, they ran away. There is nobody around. Then, when I looked up, I saw a blue mattress on the fence. Then I told myself, man, this one you can't climb. You know, I don't have time. I'm trying to think. So actually, then I looked on the other side. I found some, you know, there was some space within that construction site. There was some hole that was created there by my friends who left before. They had really worked on that iron sheet. So I made my movements towards that place, and you know, it's like he had my movements now. So when I got into that site, I never knew there were some people also inside there. Who were working on the construction site, not really students, but guys who were working on the construction site.
No, the workers.
So, they were also still hiding there, a few of them. So when I moved out, I walked 3 of them. Some followed me outside. There was a gate on the other side. That's, I think.
No, you went through the hole.
Yeah, I went through that. There was some creation or some abats around there. That's why I got myself through, and I got myself outside the fence into the surrounding. Now I am outside the compound, but now the guys now noticed me. So that was
now the sniper.
Now that was the moment snipers started shooting towards me. You know, he hadn't throughout this when I was getting outside the room. Then God was there doing His own miracle. He never noticed me. But when I got out of the compound and started running on the sand, now sounds could be heard. And you know, again, I was in my very nice suit, black, green. Black is heavier than the green. This is a butter sandal. This one is another plastic one. So, you know, this black one makes a little bigger sound than the other one. So I get out of the compound.
Now with the other guys following you.
Yeah, these guys from the construction site, they now come, they follow me. Now they thought, is it Al-Shabaab? Then they realized I assassinated them, they followed me. So when these guys followed me, they made me again a better target for the sniper. So he started shooting towards us. So I would run, then something falls here. Then you check
a bullet.
Something falls here. Something passes around just next to your hair. You feel like something is burning your hair. Something literally burning your hair. So I realized I can't run facing my destination. I have to run backwards, facing where I'm coming from, because I don't know where the next bullet is going to fall. So I ran facing backwards. I ran with my back. So he shoots, someone falls here, another one falls here. You know, he's really trying to get his target. But now I'm very sure somebody has seen me. Now I'm in a mess. Then started running. You know now, when you run and you keep running downwards, you are getting closer to Somalia. You're getting closer to the dam. And you know you can't run backwards. So I told myself,
Now the way to Garissa, how about the way to Garissa town?
no, I cannot go back to Garissa because something is happening in the institution. I can't run backwards.
You can't
so I'm trying to run away from the institution. But again, I can't run facing where I'm going. I run facing where I'm coming from.
So that you may see.
Yeah, so because I know the shots are coming. You see them. You actually, that was the first time I ever
saw a bullet
coming towards me. And there's one that just passed. And
over your head.
And I had to touch myself and confirm if
your hair is still there.
The hair or
someone had just opened your skull.
So I moved. I moved. Something funny happened to me. You know, these guys who followed me, they took the route towards town. So they ran around the fence towards Garissa town.
You're still heading to Somalia.
But for me, I'm heading towards Somalia. I ran for a few minutes. Somebody comes, a student, from where I'm going, tells me, who can Nikubaya? Where to go there? I said, oh my God. So we start running again towards
the town.
When I was following these guys. Then, wanatembea kidogo, huko Nikubaya, wamekuja hivi. You know, there were 4. I don't know if there were 4 or 5. I think there were 4. So the other 2 are working on the other side from the fence. So they chased the one.
No, they were trying to surround you.
Yeah. Then something bad happened. They closed the door for those of us who are still within the hostels. So I might have been the last person who ever got outside that block. Wow. I might have been the last person who got outside that block because once I left the block, it was closed.
Not the main gate to the block.
Yeah, it was closed. Then I'm still stranded there. Then I realized, I don't know, God just opened my eyes and I realized I had my white phone in my arms.
Now tell me, Ken, from the time the attack started, probably some students managed to escape and run away.
Sure.
Were there no policemen just that arrived because probably walikuwa washapigiwa my information?
There was no policeman. There was no policeman then. You know, so we really ran. Then.
So it was you, your God, and the Al-Shabaab.
It was us with the God. Remember again, we didn't have any weapons. I think maybe only the hockey players could have had those hockey sticks in their rooms. You know, we don't cook in the hostels. We were feeding from the mess. So you really did not have any instrument of hope.
And of course you couldn't fight with.
Again, you don't fight an armed guy who is really qualified for his work. So we really did not have anything to do. We only had our basins and our briefcases in our rooms. So
now you are outside stranded.
They closed this hostels. They closed the doors. They closed all the exits. They closed all of them. Then they started their stories of
clearing
guys,
people inside.
Guys, if you come out on your own, we won't kill you. We'll forgive you. If you come, if we have to come inside and get you, we're gonna finish you. So those such stories. So I did not know that my friends were inside. I did not know.
Akina Geoffrey now.
Geoffrey managed to escape. Of the 6 of us, Geoffrey was already out. Geoffrey had jumped to the fence. He had some injury. The guy called Derek, actually also jumped to the fence and he had some serious wound. And Derek was from Nairobi. So I have not. So okay, we have not really met again. I have not seen them. So I got myself out. Then the doors are closed. Then now we are in a mess. I don't know where to run to.
Because wherever you are trying to run to,
I don't know where to run to.
It's worse.
So when I remember I just got hold of my phone. I realized I had a phone, then I called Daddy. I told Daddy,
things are worse.
Daddy, we are under some attack. I think it's Al-Shabaab. Because I had them say they are Al-Shabaab. And I tell Daddy, please, don't tell Mommy first. I know my mom.
Yeah.
And the emotions, I really didn't want her to be. I never wanted her to go through the same because I know my mom. So I told Daddy, then Daddy asks me, where are you? I tell Daddy, okay, less than 100 meters from the fence. Then he asks me, what are you going to do? Tell him, Daddy, I'll call you later. Because there was something bad that was happening to me. When I was running towards these people, the community was there, with their maniatas there.
Looking at you guys.
You run towards them, they laugh. Then they scream, they shout and say, "Ndio wanaelekea huko." It's like they were in support of these guys who are attacking us. So, and they were so happy saying, "Oh, wamekutwa," these guys with the community.
Yeah.
So you run, you realize I can't go that way. You come back. I can't come this way. Man, by that time, our guys had been paraded and assembled. Those ones who were still within the hostels. And
they were massacred.
Yeah. They took the ladies. They made the ladies lie on one side, men on one side. Then they lied to them. They told them, we don't kill ladies. We'll forgive you. So they shot the men, all of them, on the forehead. Wow. And actually, they were shooting towards the eye. On the forehead, or somewhere around your arms. So they shot the men while the ladies watched. Then they shot some of the ladies, almost so many of them. Then they held some hostage for their own good.
Okay.
Guy, do you know that we had to run to the police station that is 2 kilometers away, the provincial police station, so that we could awaken the police officers to come to our rescue.
They were asleep. They had not heard about this.
The police officers were actually awoken by those of us who ran fast to the station.
Okay.
It wasn't that, I don't know what happened. They really did not know about it. So it's like we woke them up. The first category of students to arrive at the station, these are the guys who woke up these policemen. I was within the second category. So we got into the station. Actually, we got a lift from some good Samaritan on the way. He carried us with his pro box and then dumped us in the police station.
The police station.
Then, when I was
so
arriving,
your colleagues were already there.
A few of them, around 5 had already gone to the police station.
The police station.
Then, when I got there, is when they were boarding they're boarding their huge trucks, having their guns
now
ready,
heading towards the campus.
Towards the station, going towards the campus. So I got inside there. I got in the station and made some few calls. We wrote to radio station. We sent text to radio station saying Garissa University is under attack. Some of us are held up most of us are held up in the institution yet. A few of us have escaped. Now we are within the provincial police station. We need help. Actually, we started sending texts to the radio stations. They were calling us like the radio jumbos and all that. So we gave them the rough information, and then we started trending now. So the policemen were going there. By 1 p.m. still, our guys were still held up inside there. And everybody was in panic because, I now knew that I was under attack by Al-Shabaab, and I hadn't seen any, even at 1 p.m. I hadn't seen any of the 5 roommates. I hadn't seen any of my closest friends. Even those that we were playing with in FIFA the previous day, they were not there.
You never thought of calling them maybe?
I call. The phones are off.
The phones were off.
The phones are off. Actually, very few of us managed to escape with our phones, and mine was a miracle. I really did not know even how I
You had a phone in your hand.
And I didn't even know, but just God did it. It was full in the morning, and I held it. So colleagues would borrow phones and make calls, write text messages, like that. So it was around 2 p.m. That's the first time I saw one
of your friends.
Of my guys. I see Daniel from my son. Then I asked Dan, where have you been? Dan tells me, we ran towards the other side of town. He stayed there for all that time. Then I asked Dan, have you seen Eric? No. Have you seen Geoffrey? No. Have you seen Silas? Have you seen Kilonzo? Have you seen Arthur? Have you seen? No, you have not. He has not seen anybody. Then I say, where? Isikwe ako ndani. So it reaches again 3 p.m. Other people come also. People are coming slowly into the provincial police station from where they ran to. You remember we ran helter skelter. Some of us also got some injuries. They're in the referral hospital within the Garissa town. So they are also being nursed. Then they are released into the camp. So towards 7 p.m. in the evening.
Now tell me, Ken, it's been almost the whole day.
Yeah, sure.
Are the policemen inside the campus now? How is the situation inside the school?
Okay, the policemen went with those vehicles of theirs. They went there, surrounded the place, and they could not really get into the institution.
They never knew how.
They were outside. They were outside. And you know, there's some technique that I only see in movies. Al-Shabaab, they shoot while walking upright, straight. They shoot you directly. They walk upright. And our policemen shoot while they lie on the ground. They try to protect themselves first. They lie on the ground. So it was very difficult for them. Then there was this one policeman who was manning the camp, and he had that radio call thing, so we could hear. We could hear what's going on there. Yeah, the guy said, "Wameturushia mayai." Now mayai was a huge grenade. So when they threw a grenade towards it, meant your vision was impaired. You could not make any shots towards them. You had to run a few meters far away to restructure yourself.
Okay.
So even by that time, our policemen hadn't yet managed to get inside the school. And our guys were still held up inside there. And you could see there were some of us, there were some students who climbed, who hid themselves into the ceiling. Some even climbed the iron sheets and were up there. There's a guy called actually was up there.
The roof?
Yeah, it was on the roof. So you can imagine the temperature. But he really did not have any other ways. You can't climb down.
You can't run away.
You don't even want anybody to see you. So when the helicopters are running around, I think the first helicopter arrives at around 2 or towards 3 p.m. That's when the fight now begins actually. When the sniper, when our Reke comes in from Nairobi, and the Reke now arrives, that's when the war now seriously begins. So our guys are there. Actually, they are showing even by raising their hands, and but that guy cannot come for you because of the situation. So they keep rotating, revolving around there. So then photos start circulating. Actually, then there's one thing that God really helped me with, that I did not actually witness my colleague being slaughtered. I did not actually witness it directly. That's one great thing that God did to me. But then by 1 p.m. photos started now circulating. Somebody takes a photo, and guys are lying here. Guys are lying on the floor. Men paraded this way, ladies on the other side. All of them with shots on their foreheads. All of them are dead. And actually, you can tell this is Manu, this is Mungare, this is Geoffrey, this is all of them. All of them. You can tell. So, I was waiting for a classmate maybe to arrive in the camp, but then I see their photos. I say, oh,
this one.
So this is gone. So this one is gone. So this one is gone. When it reached around 5 p.m., now I was sure all those people I've not seen are dead. I was now sure, because I didn't have any hope of seeing them. But towards 7 p.m., when the Kenya Army comes in, there was also they had just a camp, an open space, just fence with some 3 lines of barbed wire. So they came in again. The army guys now they came in. It was towards 7 p.m. They now come in with the guys who were saved from the scene. A handful of colleagues now coming. So that's when you walk around, you see, say, this is Emmanuel, so Emmanuel has made it. You walk around and see Grace, say, Grace has made it. So this is Percy has made it. Then around that time, that's when I realized I had lost Eric, my friend from Narok. From Narok. I realized now there's no Eric. Then I met Dan. Dan for next now. Then I asked Dan, where is Eric? Dan tells me Eric and Japheth. Now Japheth and Eric are my colleagues and my roommates. They tell me Silas and Eric went to Kilonzo's room to wake up Kilonzo. Remember Kilonzo is in room 10. Okay. we are close friends within that range. They went up to wake up this guy, and then they were caught up within that room, and they were butchered. Then,
Both of them.
then, now I get to know that these guys are gone. Now I'm sure they are gone. Then we stay for a while. We find, you walk around, you meet a colleague, you say, thank God you're here with me. You meet the other one, thank God you're here with me. But again, you find somebody has some wounds on
some injuries.
Yeah, people have wounds. There's even a friend that, actually there was a serious mark. Mine I was feeling just from a distance, but this guy that actually the bullet just burnt some hair, really burnt some hair, and there's a mark on his head. So you ask yourself, God, how did this
really escaped
How
from
did
the
this
grip.
happen to me? But now, I was in some funny environment because there was serious uncertainty. At one point I would feel that I'm safe because I'm within the company of policemen. But the news we get from the scene, from the university yet, because we are not far away, just less than 2 kilometers away. The news we get from there kill me.
It's a difference.
Because if 90% of these policemen that were here are there fighting there, and my colleagues are still end up there. So
Things are
how
worse.
can I be sure? So mommy calls, these people call me, they ask me, Kennedy, are you good? I tell mommy I'm okay. Please don't worry, I'm okay.
Okay.
Then my sister calls me, my elder sister now. When she calls me, I tell her, sis, things are good, please cool down, I'm in a police station. Then she tells me, you're talking about police station. No, then it was trending all over, it's now all over. They have started the countdown, naming the number of people that have confirmed dead, the people that are missing, things like that are now counting. There is a countdown all over the country. But then I tell Sis, I'm good. I'm said. She tells me you're not good. Wherever you are is the next spot. They'll finish with the university, they'll come to the police station. Remember, the policemen are their enemies also. So this also makes me feel some butterflies again to my stomach. Then I tell myself, but then, what really can I do? Do I really have an option? Do I really have an alternative? Tell myself, God, this now is your war. You need God. Do what you're going to do for me. So, at 7 p.m., now by 7, everybody that has survived, that could be seen, is with us. Is with us now. Some parents have come. Some parents have come to pick the guys. Those ones who are from around, But for my mommy or daddy to come for me, they had to spend more than a full day.
It's so far.
It was 18 or 19 hours to
get to Garissa.
Because, that was the distance, was a long distance. So we're there. It's 7 p.m. Then by 7, we are taken by, I think that's where life started becoming difficult for me. That's where life started becoming difficult for me. Because the moment I saw everybody that had made it, they tell us, nobody else is coming. But you guys have to keep cool. We are still working on that place, so we may get other people into this place. We are still selling these guys. So we are panicking. My phone goes off after every second because everybody is using my phone.
Yeah.
So it has to be charged somewhere. Until now, those guys who are charging my phone are also now tired. They really charged my phone for so long. The phone, Again, I even fear switching it on because the moment I switch it on, then people are calling from everywhere. You're making calls. Somebody calls, where is this guy? I give the phone, they talk. Then, that night, at around a few minutes past 8 p.m., we were relocated. Actually, we were being transferred from the provincial police station to that camp, and that camp was in itself a trauma, because remember the place is flat, there is no growth, but then it's just a fence, surrounding an open place with some 4 lines of barbed wire. So that's where they took us.
Now your school surrounding is better than the one you're being transferred.
No, we are actually in an open air. we are actually in an open
in
air.
An open air.
Yeah. At least the provincial police station there were some fences and there was a gate. Now we're in an open air, just surrounded by those lines of barbed wire, and then the KDFs were there. So then they tell us, now we are giving the instructions on how to operate while we are inside here. There's no movement. You move on your toes, you know, you have to, you don't just move upright, you only move when you're told. Even when you want to go to the loo, you have to actually ask permission and be directed to what to do. So there are restrictions here and there. Then we were given a few beds. So those who felt like they could lie on a bed could find, but there are just a handful of beds. And okay, some people were supplying us with foods and drinks, and that's why I really developed some hating towards these plastics of drinks, these plastic sodas, these plastics of drinks. They actually take my memories back to that place.
Okay.
So I think that's where life seriously hit me. Because
When you were in this camp
inside
now.
this camp. This camp is an open air. I look up, the skies are clear. I look at my surrounding, it's a bush. And it's not really a serious bush. Just some few trees. This is madenge. The madenge is some thorny tree that grows. Imagine in the desert. There are just a few madenges around there. That's all you could see. And then the thing is open. So when I was sitting there, okay, I was close to my friends. I had now known this and this and this guys. So we stay with them, asking each other, where is so and so, where is so and so, where is so and so. And then we have so many questions more than answers.
Now this was the best place to ask each other.
Yeah. Then we ask each other, where will go happy? Someone tells you I was under the bed until this time. In fact, I even sweated. And someone tells me I drank lotion. Me, I did this. I was on the roof. So we are sharing our stories. Some tells you venyaluka fence katika mkono akaenda kushonwa kwa usi. Now we are trying to gather. Then we stayed there for 3 nights. And I'll never forget those nights. I think if you've never been a refugee, then you should thank God. You can become a refugee in your country. It is very easy to become a refugee in your country. I was a refugee for those 3 days.
For 3 days?
Yeah. I can't. Okay, there is water, but I can't wait. There is food, I can't eat it. Then I can't sleep. Actually,
you have no peace at all.
I am restless. I am in anticipation. And every moment I receive a call from home, things were said. I remember I walked around the following morning now after spending the first night in the camp. The second day, during the day, parents were coming over, relatives coming over, asking for friends. Somebody tells you, why is this guy? Go find me this guy. Then, say, you walk around asking her for the person. Umeona nani? Then somebody tells you, she died. She was shot there.
She never made it.
Then, you go back and relay the information to the family. She did not make it. She's not with us here. They say she died there. She was held hostage.
At this point, Ken, tell us, at this point, you're asking yourself these questions, parents are coming in to check on their people, their sons and daughters. How is the situation in school?
Okay, we were still being told that the guys that still, our security forces are still working the place. The scene is still under their care. Nobody should move in there. They were still, they enclosed the attackers within there. So the operation was still on. Even after saving those of us that were still within the hostels and that were still alive, after saving the ones that are still alive, so it was still under tension. And I remember we had some lorries and some Red Cross guys ferrying the bodies of guys who were dead or shot dead. They would carry them with some in those vehicles and pass by. This is the camp. Then there is the airstrip. There was a small airstrip where they were lifting those of us who were badly injured, and then the dead one, they were lifting the bodies to Nairobi. So they were still coming up with the bodies. And whenever we saw that vehicle, everybody was in tears. Because you find the guys are coming over, there was nowhere to hide. They could not hide these bodies from us. They were passing right in our eyes. There is no bush. I think we are here, and they have to pass through here so that
Where
they
you
can
are.
ferry the bodies through that air, that air strip, so that the guys can board the helicopter and be flown to Nairobi. So we were seeing everything. It was, the bodies pass by you, they're taken there, the guys go. So that's how we spent the second day in the camp, watching our colleagues being ferried in the white pickups, white lorries, white lorries, those guys
The Red Cross
with their
lorries.
masks and everything, ferrying our guys. So we were asking ourselves, how many trips have these guys made? So how many of us are really dying? That was the question. Guys, where is so and so? And then these trips has been so many. These 7 ambulances have really made so many trips. So it means these guys are all dead there. So we were in that, in that mode. And then the press guys are all over here wanting to know,
need some information,
some interviews. And I was turning them down as many as they came in, because I never thought I was really ready to talk about it. I had so many things disturbing me. I had so many issues on my mind. I had so many questions. I was asking God, now, why did so and so go? Remember this guy that went was actually in a prayer. He was praying that when he was being shot. Then again I look at that photo, then I say, this body, this shirt, this is the same shirt this guy wore yesterday when we were playing basketball. This is the same clothes this guy wore yesterday when we were having our lecture. Actually, you look at these people, you know all of them. Well, not so many, you know all of them.
In your mind, clear.
So you ask yourself, God, how am I going? Like the guys I took photos with the previous day, there's this lady called Rispa. So I don't find Rispa. Then I look at my phone, there's a photo of me and Rispa. Then I ask, where is Rispa? Rispa is dead. There are photos I took with Eric and Silas when they were walking around the football pitch, the volleyball pitch, walking around. These guys are not there, Then I get a better photo of the guys that were shot there. Then I try to zoom it. Then I find the person I was looking for is actually lying inside there.
As a man,
yeah, he's actually there. And you see the photo there. The guy is dead. Definitely, the guy is dead. But there was a guy actually who just was strong enough. He smeared himself with the blood, lay there as if he was dead, and was carried there. It was one of our officials, and I really thank God he survived. He had to smear himself with blood, so that you look at him and think he's already shot, he's dead. So we had people like that. So my second day in the camp, the ferrying of the bodies continues. The dead bodies and the ones that are still in very critical conditions. Guys are also being ferried from the hospital, the hospital in Garissa, being transferred to Nairobi for better treatment. And we have the political leaders coming in. We have the Duale coming in to try to talk to us. And we really had so many questions. So the third night there. In the camp here, the third night in the camp. Then now, during the third night, there are arrangements. They brought us these buses for the NYS buses, these green buses. They came in with these green buses, and then they asked us to align ourselves. In the order of your counties. People from this county, people from this county, this county. So they had that list. So they actually grouped us in that manner, and we were supposed to be transported via these buses back to our homes. So the following morning, we board these buses. We are headed for Nairobi. They told, the president wants to talk to you guys. He's waiting for you in Nyayo. You have to go to Nyayo Stadium. So he traveled, and the policemen really had to lie to us. They actually told us, come on, these buses are bulletproof, nobody can, because we were asking them if they shoot us on the way, suppose they're following us, if they pop up, they tell us, come on, this one is bulletproof, we have a first aid kit inside here, so you are already safe, Then we had the policeman in front, policeman at the back, and another police matatu giving us an escort. That's how we traveled to Nairobi.
You never had any issues on the road?
On the road, we didn't have have so many issues. We didn't have so many issues. We were never attacked by anybody on the road. We just traveled smoothly up to Nairobi. And we arrived in Nairobi at 9, at around 8 something, 8 the PM. No, that's the third day now, we're traveling. So we stayed in Nyayo, Nyayo Stadium. 9, it was raining in Nyayo, 10. And that's when I realized, I think that's when I started having some senses were now coming back, the sense of touch, the sense of smell, they are now coming back. I could feel it's raining. I could feel cold. I don't know, it never happened then. Then I realized, oh, I'm in a long trouser. I am in a jersey. I have some slippers, even though they look funny, but I have some slippers. But I didn't even know they were looking funny until when somebody came and told me, "Vai nyekundu." You know those slippers, those rain slippers. They gave us those slippers. So they asked, "Why is it?" And again, you know, it was happening funny that you find that because of the temperature, most of my guys, ladies, men, they escaped in funny situations. Some didn't even have clothes at all. Some were in their panties. Some were, you know, people were not dressed properly. Some were just in laces. So you find that when a piece of cloth comes in,
everybody's fighting.
Yeah, everybody wants it. That's why I call myself, I was a refugee by then. Everything was scrambling for. So, you know, because I have one already, you know, I prefer giving the other one who has nothing. So the clothes would come and just disappear. And I was okay. I said, I'm better off after all. I'm better off. I have this too. So I never got a sweater. And I thank God because the other guys really, they had something to put on. Finally, you know, it was a situation where a lady comes and finds this girl doesn't have a piece of clothes, so he gives her the piece of clothes, and then she comes and joins us. So, and again, you know, we couldn't go back for our clothes in the institution. Everything was held up there. Everything was back in the college. So we waited. We told somebody, some government official would come. You know, there's president now not coming. Somebody is coming. So actually, we waited. We were told we waited until 10:40 something, towards 11 p.m. Then they took us to Kenya School of Government. We spent our nights there. Okay, there were meals, but something was happening with our appetite, so we could. I think that was the first time I took my shower. For after those nights, that was the first time I took my shower there, because now I felt this is slightly safer, and I was motivated that tomorrow I'm gonna see my family, definitely.
So, guys, this story is so long, and naogopa hata kumkatisha cause I just want you people to hear the whole story. He may not tell us the whole story, but at least kwenye tumefika manze, it's like we've gone, it's like tumekuwa hapo, because the story is so flowy. Story in a flow to sana, and it's tough. It's really tough when you talk about something bad that happened to you. Is so bad, and things happened that day, and we will never forget that day, man. Things were just in a different way, but I'm happy because even when these things happened on that day, still God was there. I'm even wondering what question to ask Mr. Kennedy here, because naogopa kumuuliza at what point you saw God the most, because it's like the whole of this story, God alikuwa tu na yeye, but he lost a number of friends. Statistics inatuambia wale wase wali lost their lives hapo ilikuwa almost 140 something people, but probably you lost a friend there, probably you lost a family member, someone that you knew from your neighborhood. How is the story from that point that you lost that person and this point now? How is the story in your life? How do you remember the story? It's very clear in your mind, but still God fought for them that came out of that point, that came out of that situation. God went with them. God was with them. And God had a reason why things happened that way at that point. He had a reason. And he himself knows the reason. He himself knows why other people never lost their lives. He himself knows why other people lost their lives. Ken, as we wind up, I know maybe things went on, things happened even after you people, when you knew that you were now getting back to your relative, to your family, to your mom, your father, your sister. I want to ask you something.
Yes.
Swali tatu tu.
Yeah.
Wacha niulize hii. Ukiwa shule, did you had a girlfriend when you were in school at that time?
Okay. I had one.
You had one.
I had one.
In the same school?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
She was doing an education course.
Uh-huh.
I was doing business course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I thank God,
Mm-hmm.
she's among the survivors.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the point I wanted to ask.
But after the trauma and after everything,
Mm-hmm.
we gave everything. We left everything to God.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Tell me something else. Do you still connect with your friends that you people escaped out of this grip? Do you still connect? Are
Okay.
you still in communication? Do you still talk?
That family is still intact. And it was not just situational, but I think everything that happened to us, and the only person that could understand you better was the guy whom you were with there. Because I remember after the attack, we had to stay home for so many months, 8 months. I took 8 months before I went back to college. And because we were under some counseling, under some sort of counseling, and we were attending burials, we were attending burials of friends and colleagues. They realized that, you can't go everywhere to bury your close friend.
Yeah.
So, somebody tells you, I went to Narok, the burial of this so-and-so friend. Tell them, oh, I went to Luak to bury another colleague there. So we were sharing, okay guys, seriously, tell your friend, oh man, if you go there, please represent us, please pray for those people, please pray for those families, please tell them something, encourage them, So we have been in touch. When we were relocated to Moi University, there was a resistance from the students at first. They thought you were going to bring them Al-Shabaab, so they viewed us differently. So actually that made us, as the survivors, closer, because it was us for our own selves. It was us for our own selves. Until, I thank God, after a while, they incorporated us, they accepted us, but we really had to live our lives, we had to continue life. So, even to date, we still have those WhatsApp groups we created for ourselves, we still check up on each other, and I've kept, those ones that were within my school, those ones that were close to me. I think the entire family is in touch. They're in touch because we had one great WhatsApp group that combined all of us. I have never changed my phone number. I am still in that group. We still check on each other. We still advise each other. Yeah. Wow. So the family continues. And I thank God for those guys. And I really thank God for, there's something I've never understood ever since that. Yeah. Why did God choose to save me? And why did somebody die? I've never understood that. I really thank God. At one point I really thank God because God, you saved me. And you saved me in a very special way. Very, very special way. Because, I was never wounded anywhere. I only had some slight back injuries. For myself, just some slight back injuries. And these injuries, I got when I was struggling to wear my long trouser in that room.
Okay.
So I dragged myself on the floor for some time. I just got some slight injury. But after a week or two, got itself healed. In fact, I never went to hospital. I never went to hospital. But there was a point in time, my family, some member of my family was asking me, was advising the family member, telling them, this boy, I don't think if he's alright. He's telling us he's not injured. How come he's not injured? He's hiding something from us. The brain must have some problems.
So people were wondering how did you come out and you are good?
And things happen so funnily. I remember that was the onset of WhatsApp. That's when WhatsApp came into being. It was not really there before.
Yeah.
So I was and mark you that I used to be a very serious introvert. I thank God I'm sharing this. I've really transformed into so many things that now I can really speak so much. I was that introvert. I never liked speaking so much to people about myself. I was that loner. I never liked so many stories. So you survive, you go back home there, you sit there. I was attending those counseling sessions in Kisumu, the Red Cross office there. But this is a doctor who is qualified. This guy has studied this thing, counseling, guidance, into a higher level. He has even graduated abroad in some university in USA and all that. This guy tries to counsel me, but things are not, it can't work out for me. I realized, it can't, because he's telling me, Kennedy, first you have to accept this. Then I tell him, how can I accept this? He tells me, Kennedy, what do you think about your Muslim friends? Did they know? Because, it was funny that he sees these guys, these attackers who are excluding the guys who are Muslims, telling them, get out, go. But go so that you don't see me killing this guy, so that you may not become my witness elsewhere. I don't know about their religion, but there was something like that. So these guys are being exempted. They were being exempted from the killings and all that, but we were being killed. So I was asking myself, who are my Muslim friends away? In fact, there was a lady who was doing a course who was in my study group. So at some point I held the grudges. I felt like this girl must be knowing. Why did she tell me? Kumbe, she might have not known. She might have not known. But she was only exempted because maybe of the religion. They didn't kill their own. So it has been a transformation. It has been a transformation. Actually, I realized that the only thing that was going to give me strength was prayer. That's when my bond with music and prayer became a little strong. I realized somebody can sit there with all his qualifications and all his whatever, everything that he has, and try to bring out something in you, trying to make you feel good, trying to make you forget everything, but it was tough. Because the first point is accepting it the way it is, how it really happened. Then how it really happened, how you made it. But there's a good thing out of it, that I survived. I thank God for that so much. And I survived in a good shape. But again, there's a painful story. That friend of mine who was praying there, who was serving God in the morning, but is no more. He's not there. So it really breaks you up. So my greatest healer has been music and prayers.
And have you guys maybe thought of going back there? Did you ever went there?
Okay.
Since that time,
okay.
Mulekafunga to you.
Okay. When we were resuming studies in Moi University, the lecturer, the principal of Garissa University came for us. It was like advising us, requesting that, oh guys, some of you can come back. You can come back. If you come back, we'll pay your school fees. We'll do the 1 or 2 incentives. We'll give you 1 or 2. But on personal grounds, myself personally, I told myself, no, I'm not going back. I remember there was a point when my mom was telling me, son, I didn't give birth to you to go and die studying. If a degree was meant to kill you, then there's no need for that degree. And I can't blame mommy, because she was acting out of the love of mother. Remember, you're like the firstborn. You're the firstborn son.
Yeah.
There's,
This is
there's
what
only an
every
elder
parent will
sister.
say.
There's only an elder sister.
Yeah.
The rest are younger than myself. I'm the first one in the family to go to university. And then we're not so many in the village that have actually made it to that level. So actually she told me, son, if, this is not the end of life, if this has to happen this way, don't go back. I tell mommy, I'm going back to college, but I'm not going to Garissa. So, okay, a few of us, some few guys have actually gone back there and come back. But for me,
you made it around.
I'm not going there soon. Maybe if I got my private chopper in the future, I will go there because the institution is open right now. There are students there. Okay. Maybe one day I get my own private chopper because I don't even trust whoever is going to carry me to the place.
To the place.
Yeah. If I got my own private chopper, I will go back there and tell them. This is room 7B.
Are you not fearing that? Are you not fearing that these people will bring you down from the chopper?
That's why I said my own private chopper. Sure. Okay. And it has to be my own chopper because I can't spend 30 minutes there. Okay. Yeah. It's going there, getting out. It's going there, getting out. I just, whenever I go to Nairobi and pass easily, easily, the moment, there are those buses that go there. They have the Diamond coach, the G coach, the E coach. There are so many coaches that go there. And then there was a route I was passing by Hola, Bura, Garsen. I used to take that route when I was in Garissa, going to Mombasa to see my daddy there during holidays. There was some route there. But I'm not intending to follow that route anytime sooner. I still have my reservations towards the place. I really don't think I'm strong enough for that.
This is tough, man. History in Noma. And it's good also sometimes when we speak out what we feel, what is in our hearts. Ni poa to speak out so that it may not burn. Probably you might have tell this story to a number of people, but it's good when we speak out. It releases something in our hearts. It gets us to another point. And if maybe you are struggling with something and you feel like ni kama kuna vile, it's good when you speak out. Get a friend, get some people, a close friend, speak out. Mpigie story. Tumekuwa tukipiga stories za Bible, lakini leo hata inakuwa ngumu tu kuuliza Ken, at what point did you feel that God, you really saw God at this point? Because like I said before, from the word go mpaka time yenye alimaliza tu, God has been working with him, and I'm so happy because he's here today. Tunaweza piga hizi story. God has been faithful in his life and things has been happening, and to this point he can testify that God has really been good, even though he lost a number of friends there, a number of colleagues, but still he has something to tell God. He has something to take back as a testimony. And I'm so happy. Everybody has a testimony in his life. Whatever you've done in your life, whatever you've gone through, I know that kuna mwenye akona more than a testimony. We've gone through things in our lives that we think, kama si God manze, mimi yenyewe singetokea hapo. Kama si God, mimi singepitia hapo. Your testimony may be different with my own testimony, with his own testimony. But the fact remains that God fought for you, man. And that is the campaign that we are making. That is the campaign we are doing, that God will always provide a way. God will always walk with you. God will always fight for you, manze. So may the Lord bless you so much. It has been a long story. Hii mtaipenda. Kindly watch and subscribe, share with friends. nashindwa ni nini nyingine naweza muuliza. Wacha tu nimwambie tu Kenya anaweza share the last part of it. What can you tell us? The last part of your experience or whatever you would like to tell us. Ya mwisho tu.
Okay.
Tuambie tu.
Okay. I would like to share this also. Actually, after making it out there, I found the positives out of it. Right now, I'm a counselor. I'm a guidance and counselor. If you have some difficulties, you have some social or something that's traumatizing you in your life, anything, you can find me. We can share the story, and I can help you through to your healing process. I think that's one great thing. After I had recovered from this thing, I became a counselor, and I've actually been. I think I've been of help to people because while I was in a doctorate doing this, continuing the studies, trying to finish up and graduate, I joined this Red Cross team that has really been that was really instrumental to me. Has really built me. Has really built me into something great. I was able to go to children's home, motivate, play some thematic games with kids, trying to give them hope. The orphans, those young kids there, and it was amazing. I even went into prison, there are prisons in Eldoret like Garissa from prison, among many other prisons there. So we went there, played some thematic games with these guys. I remember playing soccer with the inmates, and we danced with them, we shared with them, we tried to bring hope. Somebody tells you that, man, I've been here for 10 years. I had just freshly married. I don't know if I still have a wife. I don't know if somebody took away my wife. I don't know if, if my wife will ever, if I'll ever go back and raise my family. So, actually, in each and every difficult moment, that you pass through, there's something great, there's something bigger that you can actually extract from that becomes a blessing not only to you, but also to people around you. So, I'm a volunteer counselor. If you have anything emotional, something disturbing your head, come on, share with me. If you manage to reach me, I'll be able to assist you. Yeah, sure. And guys, I think the best thing we can ever do is to put your trust in God. The best thing we can ever do is to believe in God for everything. Actually, I wasn't really powerful enough. I can't say that I was really witty, that I was the best in the mind, that I was the greatest there. No. It fully took the arm of the Lord. Literally took God. Because if God would cover me, protect me, create darkness in the eye of the sniper until I got out of the fence, that's when he could see me and shoot towards me. And again, there were some hindrances. Remember, he's shooting from a room, so he can't shoot directly at me. So they come in cows. That was God's grace. That was God's mercy. And God has never left me ever since that day. He's really walked with me. Because actually, I went and stayed for so many years in Coast. Actually, these Muslims again becomes my friends. I realized that those guys that I could have victimized in my mind actually never had anything to do with this. Maybe they also did not know about it. But then it never made sense to me. But now it makes sense to me that they were just colleagues, and maybe the guys thought they can't hurt their own, so they forgave their own and victimized us. Then I realized, guys, also that trust in God. You never know where your enemy is. And actually, you don't have to commit sin to be victimized.
Yeah.
Because actually, the challenge was, imagine an innocent being going to school to study, going to get that knowledge so that you can impact your family in one way or another, gets victimized. You get shot, you get killed. Not because you have sinned, but because you are a Christian. You are a strong Christian. Of course, there were sessions where they could bribe people here and there to convert into Islam. But you are so much tough-headed, you are never buying into it. Some could even throw cash around, but come on, the faith was so strong. We had a very strong faith in God. We trusted in God. So let us continue trusting in God. Let us always trust in God for everything. And I believe that every difficulty that we go through, in as much as God is involved, however tough it is, you will find a way out of it. God will create a way even when there's difficulty, the toughest part of it. And guys, wherever you are, if you're peaceful in your mind, if you're happy where you are, if you can really go to a church and praise God without any difficulty, without nobody asking you questions as to why are you Christian, why are you praising God, please pray. And don't just pray. Pray for yourself and pray for those other ones that are in places where there's no freedom of worship. I have tested the lack of freedom of worship. I have tested being a refugee in my own country. And I have tested trauma. And in all these things, God has become. God was there, and He is still there, and He's still leading my way. And there's something I want us all to do. Please, while you pray, please pray for my colleagues, especially the families, those that lost their lives. I think if I got a piece of paper and a pen, I'm still able to write their names. And if I was a good artistic guy, maybe I could draw their faces. Okay, it's 2015. It was 2015 then, but this is 2021 then now. But I can still see those guys. I still remember them. I still remember the good traits. I still remember the dreams they had. And it's my prayer that God will raise in their families great people that will take up their mantle and fulfill their goals the families had for them. Remember, we were from very humble backgrounds. We were the hopes of those families. Remember, the family wasn't able to take you to a private college because of finances. So they trusted you to work there so hard in school, something they really did. Work so hard in school so that you can change their lives. But now they get killed, the dreams dies there. So bad. May we always pray. And please pray for those guys. And I believe they are resting as angels and as saints because they died for the greater good.
Very true. Thank you so much, Ken. That has been a story ni moja na nusu. It's really hard to explain this, but for the fallen ones, we still have them in our hearts. We will never forget about them, and may the Lord rest their souls in an eternal place, a peaceful place. And for the families who lost their loved ones, we are still praying for you. You are out there. Let's come together. Let's pray for these families, that the Lord will continue giving them strength. Because when you lose a child, when you lose a brother, a sister, a friend, it's so tough. And may the Lord always continue giving them peace. May the Lord raise another team, another family, another friend, another sister, another daughter, another son in their families who will bring hope, just like the way the ones that fallen could have bring to their homes. So Ken, for the last point, kuna wale mabeshte, they're still these friends that you still connect to them.
Sure.
Maybe you can mention few of their names, talk to them for 1.5 minutes. Waambie jambo manze, okay, wherever they are.
Okay.
Okay, ni kama unatuma salamu.
Okay.
Tell them something.
Okay. To those of us that the Lord gave the second chance to live. That was a second chance to live. I thank God for you guys. Just to mention, there's a very good friend of mine called Arthur Ochieng Kuga. There's a Kennedy in my look. I have Eric Okuon. I have yes, the list is so long. There's Geoffrey Nkeri. We have the Daniel. You know, the list is so long. The list is so long. Wherever you are, my friends, guys, the pioneers, and those of us who are first year, I thank God that both the classes, the pioneers and their next class, they have all graduated. I think they are at one point or another trying to hustle, trying to find ends meet. I really wish you guys all the best. I'm really praying for you guys. Remember, we are a family. We are always a family. We always keep checking upon each other. Let's try giving each other hope. And guys, remember that we are living for ourselves, living for our families, and most importantly, we are living for the fallen saints. We have to make sure that in one way or another, we help achieve these things that we are going to achieve, the dreams they share with us. And guys, I want to have the life is out there. Remember, there are always difficulties over the ladder while you climb the ladder upwards. Please keep your best foot forward. Tanguliza na Mungu. Always pray so much. Pray so much. Because my God answers prayers. So does your God.
Amen.
Please keep praying so hard. Let's keep believing in God. Let's keep trusting in our strength and our abilities. And let's give out the very best of us wherever we are. And usijitenganishe na God at all cost. May God bless you so much, and please remember to pray for our fallen saints every time you're praying. Remember to pray for the refugees every time you pray. You never know how you could become a refugee wherever you are. But I have tasted that being a refugee can happen even for you in your own country. And this is my prayer, that the Lord will bring peace in Kenya, that nobody else from any divide of life, whether he is my friend or my enemy or whatever, I really pray that nobody else will have to go through this. Let it end with us. Let this attack end with us. Let this attack end with us. Let us pray for peace for the country. Let us pray for breakthrough for those families. In fact, there are families where you go there, you find that the family actually sold everything they had to raise this one, expecting that this one that has been sent to college will graduate and help educate the rest. Then you lose it there. So please let us pray for these people. Let us really pray for each other. And remember those families, guys. If there's a family around you of the fallen hero or heroine, please go there, guys. Say hi to their families, and let us continue being in touch. Remember, it is this togetherness that gives us strength, that gives us hope. And I believe that we are conquerors, guys. And it's about time. It's about time we will all live to tell, to manifest, and to tell of the Lord's great deeds. I wish all of you very long lives. May you live your lives to the fullest. May you age gracefully. May you live to see your grandchildren and great grandchildren. I thank God for that. I really thank God for you guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Kennedy, for the courage to share the story. If your name has been mentioned, Manze, you have a story to tell. Continue praying, continue seeking the face of God. It is by the grace that God made you escape. It is by the grace of God that you people are alive today. And may the Lord bless you so much, Manze. Until that point, hatuna mengi ya kuongezea. Hii story tu inaingia tu kwa mtandao ikiwa tu hivyo. Hakuna place tumakata. Inaenda tu hivyo ikiwa mzima. So Manze Ken, asante sana Manze. May the Lord bless you so much. And may you continue inspiring other people's life. May you continue reaching out with the gospel, reaching the less fortunate. And that is our campaign as Touching Lives. Reaching out to the less fortunate, going to children's home, showing them that there is always light at the end of the tunnel. And this is part of what we will be doing. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ken.
Thank you so much.
Until that point, Manze, thank you so much. Nawapenda sana. Asanteni.